Good morning children. This video is for class 3 student. We are going to see naming word. Naming word, the first chapter of your grammar book, practice book, naming word. We are going to see this and we will have more discussion about this. First of all, let me discuss what is naming word. What is naming word? Naming word means anything that can be named. Anything that can be named. For this, naming word is also known as noun. Naming word is also known as noun. All of you must listen to this video carefully. It will be very beneficial to you. Very beneficial to you. Now, what is noun? Noun is the name of person, place or things. Any person name, any animal's name, anything name is a noun. In other words, if I say noun is something which can be named. I hope the concept of noun is clear now. Now, name of person. Let's take name of person. Okay, a name of animals. Name of thing. Name of okay. Now name of person means what? Suppose your own name. Name of person. For example, if I say Peter. Peter is a name. It is noun. Name of animals. Dog is an animal. Dog is an animal. It is noun. Name of thing. Pen is a thing. So it is noun. Now there is a concept in your book. What is a special name and what is common name. So by this example we will be able to understand what is a special name and what is common name. Now this person Peter is what? Peter can be the name of a girl. No, it is the name of a boy. It can be the name of a boy. A boy is known as Peter. Okay. Then dog. D-O-G, dog. Dog is an animal. Dog also has a name. Dog also has a name. In most of the house, we people keep dog, and we also keep a dog. We call the dog by its name. So somebody keep the name as Tiger. Then say about Rocky. All these are names of the dog, your pet animals. Okay. Pen. There can be pen of any company. Suppose pen of Reynolds. Okay. Pen is something which you use every day in your class. But all the students are using the company. Are you using the same company? No, you are not using. Somebody is keeping Inigel, somebody is keeping Reynolds. Somebody says Cello and all these. So all these are brand. So that is known as a special name. Now this is special and this is common. Okay, this is common and this is special. Now I have written here tiger. Why I have identified tiger as a special? Because I have kept the name tiger to a dog. Dog is common, but I am calling the dog by its name tiger. For example, if you have gone to a market taking your dog and your dog has gone somewhere. So there are many dogs. There are many dogs in the market. You cannot say dog, dog, dog. Okay, but if you say Rocky or if you say Tiger, do you think all the dog will come to you? No. Only your own dog, whose name is Tiger, will come to you. Okay, so that is special. All the dogs are dogs, but your dog Tiger is very, very special. Of course, it is also true that every animal, every human being has a special quality, but I am talking about the names of the dog and animals and things and all. Okay, all of you might have understood this. Now, let us go deep into this matter. Just I have given you the example of animal. Let me give you one more example, which will make you understand better. In your class, there are many girls and there are many boys sitting together. But if I say to all the students to stand up, but if I say boys stand up, all the boys will stand. If I say girls stand up, all the girls will stand. If I say all the boys and girls to go outside, they will go outside. But if I say about Ayush stand up, do you think all the boys will stand up? No. Only that boy will stand whose name is Ayush. So that name automatically becomes very, very special. Hence it is also known as proper noun. That means a special name is also known as proper noun and common name is also known as common noun. So in your junior class also in class 2 and 3, in class 2 in fact you have understood, your teacher might have explained you what is common noun and what is proper noun. So let's have a look. What is common noun? Name of common thing. Name of common thing in general. Common things in general. Okay? By the previous example only, you might have understood. This is just a definition, a sense of definition. I just want to make you clear what actually is common noun. So, name of common thing. For example, say for example, boy, as I have already told you, boy is the name of a community, boy is the name of a caste, boy is the name of a general boy which everybody has. But if your own name, you are a common thing, you yourself is common, but your name is not common. Hence, that name is proper noun, we can say a special name. Okay? Now, similarly, proper noun. Name of particular things. Name of particular things in particular. Name of particular things, animals, place, and all these things are known as proper noun. Okay. Now we will see what is collective noun and what is the other forms of noun. Now, collective noun. Collective. What is collective noun? There are many things, nouns or a name of a person, a name of a things which are taken together to form as a one unit. There are many things which are taken to form as a one unit. For example, if I say family, family is a unit. Family is a unit. Name of common things means there may be many members. In family there are many members: father, mother, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother. So all these things are taken together to form a group, a unit that is known as family, and hence family is a collective noun. There are many examples like say about crowd, heat, then army. Okay. Then one more thing. Say a group of lions. If a group of lions going together, that is known as pride of lion. So these things are collective things. These things are collective things. Hence, it is known as common collective noun. You might have understood this. So anything taken together to form a unit is known as collective noun. Now, next one is abstract noun. Abstract noun. Suppose, before explaining abstract noun, let me ask you some question. Suppose if you got first rank in the class, and you are very happy at your success. You are very happy at your success. And if I tell you to show me your success, if I tell you to show me your success, how would you feel? How would you show me your success? Can you show your success? Can you show your success? Absolutely not. You cannot show your success. If your stomach is paining, you often say in the class that my stomach is paining, I don't want to take the class, I want to go outside, so and so. If some teacher will ask you to show me your pain, P-A-N, pain, P-A-N, pain. If somebody asks you to show your pain, would you be able to show him? Would you be able to show your pain? No, you cannot show your pain. That means you cannot show your pain, you cannot show your happiness, you cannot show your honesty, and there are many things, your feelings you cannot show. Hence, it is an abstract noun. That means the things which cannot be shown but can be felt. Okay? The things which cannot be shown but can be felt. For example, one more example let me give you. In your class, you might have felt there are some students who are very naughty and who are very dishonest. So if I'll ask you, have you seen their dishonesty? Have you seen their dishonesty? You have not seen their dishonesty. So how do you know that he is a dishonest boy? Simply you felt, you cannot show. So this feeling of good and feeling of bad is known as abstract noun. I hope you have understood this. Now the last part is material noun. Material noun. Material noun. Name of matter like gold, silver, water, all these things which cannot be counted. The things which cannot be counted, okay, but can be weighted is known as material noun. For example, if I'll say, I have a beautiful watch made of gold. So this gold is material noun. This gold is material noun because it cannot be counted. This beautiful gold cannot be counted. It can be weighted. It can be weighted. Hence, it is known as material noun. And one more example, if I'll say water everywhere. There is a beautiful poem whose line is water everywhere. Water everywhere. No water to drink. No water to water everywhere, no water to drink. This is a very beautiful line. Now, water everywhere. This water, of course, is a material noun. Why it is material noun? Because there are a lot of water, but there is no water to drink. Can you take 1 kg of water and drink? No, you cannot, because it cannot be counted. How many waters are there? You cannot say how many waters are there. There is 2 water or 3 water. You cannot count. How many liters are there? That can be counted, because in material noun, things are counted, not weighted. Things are weighted, not counted. Okay? So, this is about material noun. Now, I will show the noun by its chart, which will make you to understand in a much better way. Okay? Now, noun family, you might have heard noun family. Your teacher might have taught you in regional classes. Noun family. Okay? Actually, noun are divided into 2 parts: countable and uncountable. Simply, okay. The simple way of understanding noun is which are countable and which are not countable. So noun is divided into 2 parts. That is countable and uncountable. Uncountable. Okay. Now this countable one has 3 parts. Okay, common, proper, collective. This noun further has two parts, abstract and material. These are the family of noun. So you can understand in a very nice way, very logical way. Noun has got two sons, countable and uncountable. Countable noun has got three sons, common, proper and collective. And further, uncountable noun has got two sons, abstract and material. These are the noun family. Question can be asked, what is the relation between noun and proper noun? What is the relation between noun and proper noun? As you know, noun is the topmost, is the head of the family. So head of the family is grandfather. So proper noun is the grandson of noun. Similarly, uncountable noun is the uncle of collective noun, and countable noun is the son of noun. So in this way you can understand. Take it as a grandfather, then its father, its uncle. So father has three sons, and uncountable noun, that is your uncle, has got two sons. So if you are keeping this in mind, it will help you to understand noun better. Now we are going into deep about the noun. Suppose if somebody says, if I am saying that noun is what? The name of anything. The noun is what? The name of anything. So if I say run. If I say run, run is a noun. Is run a noun? Why I am writing this run is that because I want to make you understand logically what is noun. Run is a noun. Run is a verb. Run is a verb. But I told you noun is the name of anything. Anything that can be named is noun. Anything that can be made, that can be named is noun. So if you are playing cricket and if you say I made one run, I made one run. So this run is what? This run is noun. Because before run there is a word one. There is a word one. And any number is adjective. Any number, first, second, third, 1, 2, 3, all these are adjective. And adjective is a word which qualifies noun. Adjective is a word which qualifies noun. So one is qualifying the word run, hence run is a noun. That means noun can be anything that can be made, that can be seen, felt, that you can touch. All these things are noun. Run is what? Suppose if you are making 100 run, century. If you made a century, if you made a 100 run, that is a feeling, isn't it? That is a feeling. I have made a century. If I say you, show me your century, can you show? No, you cannot show, because that century is a feeling. So hence it is a noun. I hope you understand. One more example I would like to give you. Suppose if I say play. Play is verb 1. Play is verb 1, but as I told you, noun can be the name of, noun is something which can be named. So I will prove that play is a noun by giving noun and name. If I say a wonderful play in the theater. So how many nouns are there? How many nouns are there? Actually, there are two nouns. Theater is a noun, that is understood. But here play is also a noun. Play is also a noun. Why? We had seen a wonderful play. This wonderful is adjective. This wonderful is adjective, and it is qualifying play. This play is not the game which you play every day. No, this doesn't mean this play. This play is a type of drama, a type of I would say acting on the stage which you have seen. That play, okay, a movie also you can say. So this represent that type of thing. So that's why it is a noun. So class 3 student, you might have understood the concept of noun. Okay, everything around you is noun which you can name. If you put your name as play, then play will be a noun, for example, isn't it? If you put your dog's name as talk, so that talk will be noun. So anything that can be named is noun. You go around and see some in your surroundings, you will find a number of things, and that can be classified in these 5 groups. Okay, common noun, then proper noun, corrective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. So I hope you have understood this topic. In the next video, I'll come with some other topic. Till then, bye bye.